Hello, my name is Jackson Gordon, and I'm here to talk about functional strategies at Amazon. Amazon has become a monolith of a company. It's hard to find somebody that doesn't actively shop using Amazon or some of their services, whether that be Prime Video or others. They now drive traffic of over 400 million users right through Amazon. It started with books only, online retailing with Jeff Bezos in 1995. And then their success has largely come from numerous functional business implementations. So on the differentiation curve, here on the left, I have some other physical retailers, and I would argue that Amazon has innovated so much they've pushed out onto their own new differentiation curve. This was largely through the implementation of Amazon Web Services, which, unlike all these other physical item retailers, Amazon Web Services sells digital goods and storage of data. Amazon cloud computing it's a huge industry these days, so it has kind of invented its own sector that it's now leading. The functional strategies to boost efficiency. The first is they have achieved economies of scale by increasing their amount of inventory and product offerings. So all of the costs they have, fixed costs, have been spread across many more units, driving down the unit costs. They've also benefited from learning effects since 1995. They were pretty early in the online retailing space. The internet was just kind of catching on in those days, and Bezos and their team have incredible insights from that early, and they've been able to implement incredible changes and improvements through their company throughout the time. So these two, both the learning effects and economies of scale, lead moving down the experience curve. And they also have flexible production technology. They've introduced robots and AI kind of ahead of the industry to organize their warehouses better, keep things in stock better, predict customer behavior, all those kind of things, which has been a huge boon. So to boost customer responsiveness, some strategies they've implemented. They have a wider selection than any physical store, really. You can find kind of everything you need at Amazon, and so it makes it very like a one-stop shop for a lot of people. They won't even consider going to a brick and mortar thing when they can get everything on Amazon. They both sell their own things, and if they don't have their own product to sell, they contract with third parties to make sure they have almost anything you could think of as far as a consumer good. Online shopping, obviously huge, has attractiveness to customers. You don't have to go anywhere. The interface is user-friendly. Stuff comes to your door largely faster than you can imagine. They recommend similar products. They have customer wish lists. They've even added one-click purchasing for repeat customers. They have distribution centers. They've been increasing those to improve their logistics network, their supply chain. So places that have an average high delivery times, they've used the AI to determine higher averages than other locations and trying to get distribution centers proximate to those places. And then Prime one-day delivery on a lot of items. I think most people can attest to sometimes things show up your door quicker than you think it's possible. So their product quality, as I've said, like they've started with books in '95, and Amazon looks nothing like it used to. They've constantly improved their website and the user experience. They've horizontally integrated into many other industries besides books. As I've said, they've added robots to their warehouses to make them more efficient and quicker deliveries. It also reduces human errors. There's less drop packages, things like that. And it has, as I've said, it's become the starting point. Google searches. A lot of people don't even go to Google first; they just go right to Amazon. And then AWS, they basically invented a new industry of cloud computing, data storage, a lot of services for small businesses that don't have to have their own in-house IT department. Has become incredibly lucrative and innovative. So to sum that up, all their innovations, they started with books, and then you can buy just about any product under the sun, and also host web services and things of that nature at AWS. And that's been a huge progression from the early days. They were kind of a first mover in online retailing in general, being so early in 1995. They've invested in infrastructure, implemented AI for analytics, and decreased delivery times because robots are more efficient. And AWS has been a huge success and will continue to grow into the future. And those are my references.